Everything I know about Jai Alai, which, to be fair, is not much, I know from this episode of Miami Vice. Killshot was directed by Leonie Chasso and was written by Martin Kupfer from a story idea by Kupfer, Andy Chasso, and Manuel Arce. It takes viewers deep into the world of Jai Alai, the fastest sport in the world, a ballgame with Basque origins, which at the time of Miami Vice was popular in Florida, but has since declined into near obscurity in the United States. While The Who's Eminence Front plays, Crockett, undercover as Burnett, meets with a dealer named Silvio to make a buy. Vice has teamed up with a U.S. customs agent named Frank Ariola, played by Carlos Sestero, to take down Silvio's boss, a prominent drug lord named Morales. Afterward, Frank takes Crockett and Tubbs to a Jai Alai game where his younger brother Tico, played by Latin American superstar singer, actor, artist Fernando Allende, dominates on the court while Real Wild Child by Iggy Pop plays. Later, Tico meets with a sex worker, Jan, played by Angela Alvarado, who insults his masculinity and he attacks and strangles her. The brothel owner, Isabel Batista, played by Maria Duval, confirms that Jan is dead and assures Tico she'll take care of everything. As soon as Tico leaves, Jan is revealed to be just fine. She and Isabel are setting Tico's brother Frank up for blackmail. Soon, however, Vice finds Jan's battered body, having been murdered by Isabel's goons. Gina and Trudy canvass the streets, asking sex workers for information about Jan, while You're Gonna Change by the Screaming Blue Messiahs plays. Crockett and Tubbs meet with Silvio's boss Morales, played by Roger Preto. They're looking to purchase 200 keys of cocaine, with the possibility of a recurring monthly order if all goes smoothly. Isabel and Morales meet with Frank and show him a tape of Tico strangling Jan, which they claim they'll take to the police unless he helps Morales smuggle drugs through customs. Frank tips off Morales that Crockett and Tubbs are cops. Morales, working in league with Isabel, arranges to meet Crockett and Tubbs on the roof of a garage. While Desire by the synth-pop duo Yellow plays, Frank calls Castillo to warn him it's all a setup. Crockett and Tubbs back out just in time to avoid being blown to bits in a limousine explosion. Yellow is best known for the iconically 80s dance hit Oh Yeah, made famous by Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but trust me, Desire is a much better song. Both Morales and Silvio are killed in the explosion because Isabel is attempting a takeover of Morales' drug smuggling operation. In a sequence scored to Do You Want to Get Away by Shannon, Gina hits a strip club and talks to a stripper who tells her that Tico was one of Jan's regular clients. The police show up at the Jai Alai court to talk to Tico. Distracted, he gets hit in the head with a pelota, the Jai Alai ball, which was moving at 140 miles per hour, which is why Jai Alai is called the fastest sport in the world. Before dying, he tells Crockett and Tubbs about the tape. Crockett and Tubbs speed to Isabel's place while Mercy Street by Peter Gabriel plays. Unaware of his brother's death, Frank visits Isabel to give her some custom security codes she'd asked for in exchange for keeping Tico safe from the police. Having seen a news report about Tico's death and knowing her leverage over Frank is about to expire, she orders her bodyguards to kill him. Frank whips out a gun, kills her bodyguards, and holds Isabel at gunpoint. Crockett and Tubbs burst in and try to defuse the situation, but Frank, distraught at the news about Tico, shoots and kills Isabel. And we get that classic Miami Vice ending with a gunshot and a freeze frame, which always makes me happy. I like this episode, but one aspect is a sticking point with me. It expects viewers to sympathize with Frank without laying the groundwork necessary for us to find him sympathetic. It makes a big fuss about how Frank has been like a father to Tico since their parents died, and we can accept that he'd do a great deal to protect his baby brother. But Tico beat and strangled a woman badly enough that he and Frank accept without question that he'd killed her. And Frank, who is an officer of the law, not only wants to shield his brother from any legal repercussions for his actions, but he also genuinely doesn't believe Tico deserves to suffer any legal repercussions. There's a pretty misguided scene between the two where Tico says, "It was an accident, she kept laughing at me, I didn't mean it," and Frank replies, "I know that." He goes on to say, "They only took advantage of you to get to me, and they put you up to it. They made you do that." We're talking about an adult man who beat and strangled a woman just for making fun of him, and in this scene, Frank only sees himself and Tico as victims. You can certainly have flawed, complex characters who have blind spots where their loved ones are concerned and who sometimes make crappy decisions, but if you want viewers to relate enough to Frank so that they feel emotionally invested in his fall into corruption, you have to make it clear he's not cool with his brother beating and murdering women. Should go without saying. Apart from that, though, there's a lot of good stuff here. I really like the Jai Alai angle, which is something that really was a cool and unique aspect of Miami at this time, and the series was smart to focus on it. Isabel is a pretty good and ruthless villain. It actually comes as something of a shock when she makes her power play and casually murders Silvio and Morales. Good soundtrack. Mercy Street, Real Wild Child, and Desire are all great songs, so I'm going to give this one 3 flamingos. Next time, Tubbs will go undercover in a prison, and Castillo will be forced to dip into his deep reserves of badassery to rescue him from a bad situation. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you here later.